All right, here's where we left off. We had the animation coming to a close basically here, and then over approximately a second, the typographic solution of the logo fades in. Now, this is the most significant part of the animation. This is what you built in Illustrator to look great in the environment. Show it off. So I want this for your project to stay there for a minimum of 3 seconds. So if I grab my trusty calculator, 24 frames per second is what we're set at, times 3 is 72 frames. We are at frame 320 right now, so plus 320 means that I go out to frame 392, and I'll just round that up to 400 and do a F5, extend all this out to right there. So that's going to come together. We're going to see that for a solid 3 seconds. And then what we want to happen is then it resolves at kind of the hint of a website or just like a teaser page saying future website of SRI, company or corporation, whatever you want to call it, coming, and then we'll make up a date. So you could either have it animate. So what I imagine happening is that since now we want the focus to be on the date of the website, that's probably going to go right here in this area. And the logo is either going to get much smaller, maybe get put up in the corner, whatever you envision happening. So you could have that animate right before our eyes, or you could have it fade out and then fade back in finished. And since I talked about using that blocker twice, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to the blocker here now, that layer, do an F7, bring out an instance from the library of that blocker that we made before. And notice it's too small, but we can easily fix that by because that's just an instance of that symbol that we have now. And we'll just simply make that big enough to cover. Well, actually, just to be safe, because I don't know where anything is going to be yet, we just make sure that it covers the whole entire stage. Okay, so what we need to do is make that go from an alpha of 0 to full. So let's go over here, about a second later, do a F6, animate this, and then go back here and change the I need to click on there, get my color effects, and change that to an alpha of 0. And so then what we have is this extended. We now have a fade out. We are then going to do a fade in, which means that the alpha will have to go back to 0. And a full second on each of these may be too long, but we'll figure that out as we go. And so fade out, fade back in. Now I just need to change what it fades back into. And I'll pause and do that. Okay, so here's what I've done. When it fades out, when it's completely out, I went here, did an F7 on both of these frames, and let me turn this off so you can see what's happening. In this one here, I just went back like a couple hundred frames and grabbed the logo and the text and held down the shift key with them both selected, made them smaller, placed them up here, and then in this frame right here, I put future website of SRI Enterprises coming summer 2013. And so what happens is that fades back in with that information. So now what we need to do is let this be for a little bit, like maybe about a second again, and then we need the movie to come to a halt there. And I just need to fix a little bit there with the blocker. Let's see, well, that doesn't need to show up anymore after here, so I can just do a F7 and then delete these frames. And then, and so I'll do that. You don't need to watch me delete those frames, but then what will happen is the movie will stop here, and then it's time to start programming our buttons. Now, I'm not going to waste your time here and make you watch me do buttons again. Hopefully you have that in your notes. If not, go back a couple movies. So I'll make my buttons and then show you what I have. I just thought of a couple things that I do want to explain on the button. So I went back to the very first frame, and I'm going to make this whole entire thing my button. So you notice I made it in the same color as the logo piece. And we always want interactivity on the button, so we want it to change color in there. But a button is no time for you to start introducing brand new colors. The button should be very much integrated into the piece. It shouldn't take over the show. So what I want to do is I want to use that other color. Remember, I have three colors. I have the background color, I have the color of the logo, and the color of the type. So when the person rolls over, I'd rather it changes to the color of the logo type. So I'll show you a quick way to do this. You know, a better way might be to take all your colors that you're using in a big project and add them to the swatches panel. But let me just show you yet another way to do this. So right here where this text shows up, let's just find out. Well, actually, we can go all the way back to the very beginning and get it too. Right here, if we turn on the reference layer, no, not the reference layer, but the backup layer. Okay, right there. So this is the color I want. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to temporarily put this on the pasteboard. So edit, copy. And then I started to create my button. So let's lock this up. So back here, this is already a button. I named it Launch. If I click on it in the library, I'm going to do F6, F6 to get a couple more states. It's the overstate that I want to change. So what I'm going to do is temporarily paste this. Now, what I can do is click inside of here. Oops, I need to move that. Swipe across and then go to the colors panel, and remember how when you move out of the colors panel, which is off screen here, you get the eyedropper tool, and I'll just click here. It'll make the type that color. So when I click away from it, it's now that color, and now I can just simply get rid of that piece. The only other thing I need to do is I want to make a nice big hit area, so I'll turn on the onion skinning. Look at these two layers at the same time, do a F7 over there. Okay, and then I'll just make a box that's nice and big here so that people can't help but know how to get into the site. And another little trick that we can do to save some time is go to our launch button, right click on it, and say duplicate, and then we'll make this be, let's see, we need a skip button. We'll do the same thing again, right click, duplicate, and we need a replay button. Now we can just go in and edit those buttons. We already have the colors that we want. Be really easy to change the stuff. So let me just give you a quick example on that. Turn off the onion skinning here. And there we go. Okay. So all I need to do is double click, get the text tool in there, and this is the skip button. Just simply type skip, go to the next frame, do the same. I guess you could argue with me whether this is faster. Oh, and actually really it should say skip intro. But the nice thing is that we have our colors. Course, hit stage is going to be too big, so again I'll turn on the onion skinning and adjust the size of that. Alright, so now that I have my buttons made, I have one of them in place here on the first frame. Now it's time to do the actions, and I'm not doing a total review of actions here, so hopefully you have that in your notes or you can go back and look. at other videos, but option F9, or is it yeah, that should open up. Yeah, option F9 opens up here. So I went to that post that I made for you, or that document that I have, and I copied the closest thing that was in there to what I need, which is essentially to make the movie start playing. Now, of course, it needs to stop first. And I named my button something different than this, so let me get out there and take a look at that. So if I go to this first frame, click on this button, go to properties, I can see that its instance name is, oh, I spelled it wrong, launch underscore BTN. So I'll just copy that, go back into the actions, click on that first frame where my actions are. So I'm going to replace this generic name for the button with the name of what mine actually is. And then since this is the first function that I'm making, I'm just going to call this onClick 1, and then the rest of that should be right. We just want it to play. And you'll notice something here that when it starts to play, this button shows up, but hopefully now you're thinking, well, duh, an easy fix for that is just to make it only show up for one frame. So you go back to buttons, you go to the second frame, and you do an F7, and that erases it from anywhere beyond the first frame. Now we need to deal with the skip button, and so where do we want to put that? We don't want it like to be the first thing the person sees once the animation starts. Um, and we don't really want it to be in the way either. So I'm thinking maybe about a second in, I'll have it show up. So let me go to my library, and you'll notice that I have one of these accidental tweens that showed up here, and I'm not sure where that happened, but if it's only one or two like that, that doesn't really bother me. Um, let's see, so we want our skip button. Grab that, bring that out here. Now that may be a little bit big, and the reason that I copied all the buttons at the same time is so that they would stay very uniform, same typeface and everything. So I think the replay button and the play button being the same size is good. But let's take the free transform tool, hold down the shift key, and we'll make that skip intro button smaller. This is really for someone in the know who's been to your website a couple times and is at this point tired of watching that. And I'll show you an easy way too to center something on the stage. Is you can do Command X to cut it, double click on the hand tool to get everything centered, and then Command V to paste it, and it shows up in the very center. And then we can just use the down arrow, put it down. Okay, so that's where my skip intro button shows up. Oh, and you notice I made a little mistake here. I didn't do an F7, so easy enough fix. I want that at about frame 25. So we go over here and just drag that over to frame 25. And then I need to go again back here and do my F7. Okay, so play button's on the first frame, nothing here. Skip intro shows up here. How long do we want the skip intro to show up? Well, probably until the person is pretty much committed to your video, which I would say is, you know, no sense skipping once you get to about here. So we can go here, do a F7 again, and then let's take care of programming that skip intro button. So all I'm going to do is go to the first frame, copy the information, and paste it over here. So let me go ahead and make myself a F7 right there. Make sure that I gave this skip intro a instance name. And nope, did not. So we'll call that skip BTN. I also need to figure out where I want the skip button to take it to. I could have it go to the very last frame, but to me it's a little classier to have it go here to frame, what is this, 420 something, 425, because they'll skip and then it'll fade in. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so back here where my skip intro button shows up, I'm going to bring out this panel. Now I already pasted this information in. I changed the name of the button to skip button. I changed the function to on click to. I changed play to go to and play